All right, good evening, everyone. So for this week, you guys are going to do a project for your assessment in regards to the executive branch. So just as a reminder, the cabinet is the part of the executive branch that deals with majority of the uh, execution of laws and overseeing of many of the laws in the country. So let's go ahead and look at the overview. You will choose one of the cabinet departments to do your research project on, and we discussed some of these cabinets departments during our lecture in person and as well in the slides. Your research will help you have a deeper understanding of what that department's responsibilities are and which laws they oversee, or policies for that matter. You will also be looking at the origins of each department and how it functions today. So you'll look at the first secretaries, and you'll also look at the current state of what that department looks like now. You now have the option to either create a Google Slides, a Prezi, or a virtual poster using Google Drawings, or if you want to write an essay, you can do so as well. Once I'm done with this video, I will upload it right here, so you guys can click on that afterwards. Okay, so let's go look at the steps. So it's very similar, just like last time. Step 1, you are going to review all the departments from the previous assignment here. You will select one of the departments that you wish to research in more depth. So I'm going to click here as an example. And you guys should have already completed this assignment, but if not, you're going to take a little brief crash course on it. And you'll just look at these and see which one maybe catches your interest. For me, I'm going to look at the Department of Education because obviously I am a teacher and I want to learn a little bit more about it. Okay, so we have step 1 done. I've selected my department, which will be the Department of Education. Once you have selected the department you are interested in researching, you can find the links for your specific department here. So I took the liberty and I created a Google Doc with all of the links for every single department in the executive branch. So for me, I wanted to do the education. So here it is. And here's the homepage for the Department of Education. Perfect. So we have step 2 done. Perfect. Step number 3. Your project will be filled with the following information. So each of the following categories can be its own slide or paragraph. So again, similar to like last time, your first slide or Prezi slide, or even if you do a poster, your main title should be obviously the title of the cabinet department you are talking about. Okay. Second, B. Describe what your department does. Which laws/areas of the government does it cover? So you're going to talk about what this department does. Okay. So here I am in the Department of Education. I'm going to look around, maybe find some drop-down menus here. Oh, look at that on top. It says About Us. So I'm going to click on that. And here's an overview and mission statement. ED's mission is to promote student achievement and preparation for global competitiveness by fostering educational excellence and ensuring equal access. So basically, and here we go. ED was created in 1980 by combining offices from several federal agencies. The Education Department, 4,400 employees and $68 billion budget are dedicated to establishing policies on federal financial aid for education and distributing, as well as monitoring those funds, collecting data on America's schools, and disseminating research, focusing national attention on key educational issues, and prohibiting discrimination and ensuring equal access to education. So, right there alone in this page, I have what the Department of Education does. It does all those things. So that basically covers B. So all you gotta do was put those into your own words. The origins for the next slide, the origins of the department. Now, you can do some digging here. Most likely you won't find anything. What we do, budget and performance. You'll probably know afterwards, policy and guidance. So probably not here. So you may have to do some research here. So for me, I will do Department of Education. Well, I'll just click on that, Department of Education, and then see what comes up. So I'll check on Wikipedia here and see what they talk about. So the United States, also referred to as Education Department, at cabinet level, and then we look down here. So you can see here the history of the early part of the Department of Education. So the department's origins goes back to 1867 when President Andrew Johnson signed legislation creating the first Department of Education. Keep scrolling down, early history, and then we finally have here the Republican Party platform of 1980 called for eliminating the education chart under the President Carter. So of course you keep on reading here, and then you will have more information regarding to the creation of it. Okay. Again, that's just for the Department of Education. If you choose a different one, then of course yours will be a little bit different. So again, right there it talks about which president was overseeing it. For me, it would have been Ronald Reagan, and so on and so forth. Okay. Number 4, for D, discuss the current state of the department. So who's the current head of the department? How many employees? Its yearly budget. Luckily for me, however, right here in the Department of Education, back to the page where I found the about, it has right here its budget, thankfully, and then it also has, where is it at? The current head, which I believe senior staff bios, right here, Betsy DeVos, Secretary of Education. Now, if you were to click on Wikipedia, you should have the current head on there as well. These aren't as current numbers, so I would usually refer back to these numbers here. But again, this is all part of the research you guys will have to do on your own to look them up. And then the last slide, prior to your works cited page, you are going to discuss what type of specialized jobs they do and what divisions are within the department. So for example, in the Department of Defense, you have the military, you have your you have the Army, you have the Navy, and the Air Force. Within the Treasury Department, you have the IRS, and then within the Office of the Interior, or the Department of the Interior, you have the Bureau of Land Management. So for the Department of Education, luckily, there's already a link here called Organization. All I have to do is just click on Structure, and then I can see the hierarchy of what is covered under the umbrella of the Office of the Secretary. So here we have Office of Elementary and Secondary Education, Office of Finance and Operations, Office of the Chief Information Officer, Office of English Language Acquisition, Office of Special Education and Rehabilitation. So we have all these different offices and specialized positions that fall underneath the office or the Secretary of Education. So I would put that into the slide as well. So that would be for E. And then finally, your last one is going to be your works cited page. So for me, I would use this website, put it into the MLA formatting, and that would be it. Same thing with Wikipedia or any other website you were to find. Review the rubric, which is going to be down here. As you can see, there's 10 points for the first 1, 2, 3, 4 slides, the main ones. And then you have 5 points for the organization of your slides and 5 points for your works cited page. So overall, you have 50 points this project is worth 50 points overall. Again, I will add comments and highlight all of the areas you had opportunities. And again, I will be looking over these throughout the week next week. All right. So if you guys have any questions, by all means, let me know. Send me an email. Other than that, good luck, guys.